Tēnā koe te mana whakawā. My question is to the Minister for Social Development and Employment. What progress has been made on the Government's Youth Opportunities Programme?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, the Government's Youth Opportunities Programme has been a huge success. Over 12,500 young people have been on a job ops or community max placement, thanks to the many businesses and community groups who have given these young people employment opportunities.
Hekia Parata.
Supplementary to the Minister, how many young people who have been on job ops or community max have not gone on to a benefit?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, we are continuing to see positive results as these young people finish their placements. Of those who have completed their job ops placement, 91% have not gone on to a benefit. For Community Max, over 70% have not gone on to a benefit.
How many are in jobs?
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister, how many young people have remained in employment for longer than the government subsidised 6 months through its Youth Opportunities Package? And is this sufficient for this policy to be labelled as a key part of the government's package to tackle unemployment and the recession?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, the figures that I have relate to those who have gone on to benefits, and I've already given them. 91% of job ops placements have not gone on to it. 70% have not gone on to a benefit from the Community Max.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order. I'd ask members to be a little more reasonable on the level of interjection. I'm struggling to hear. Point of order, Jacinda Ardern.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. My question was very specific. It related to the number of young people who, as part of the job ops package, had remained in employment longer than the government subsidised 6 months. It is a very specific question and doesn't relate to benefit numbers.
Order. Well, I assumed from the Minister's answer she didn't actually have that particular information on her and gave the best proxy she could to indicate the level of success, because presumably people who have stayed on unemployment certainly haven't gone on to the unemployment benefit. And so, given the circumstances of the primary question, I think one couldn't necessarily expect the Minister to have that particular information. I think she gave the best proxy she could for it. Jacinda Ardern, supplementary.
Supplementary to the Minister. Does the Minister accept the New Zealand Institute's findings that the impact of the Youth Opportunities Package has affected at most 12% of the young unemployed? And if not, what approximate percentage has it assisted?
Honourable Judith Collins.
It's actually 12,500 young people, and frankly, I would have thought that's a very, very good result.
Point of order.
Point of order, Jacinda Ardern.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. My question related specifically to the percentage of young people that have been assisted by this package in relation to the total number of 64,000 young unemployed.
Point of order. The member actually asked, did I agree with the Institute? No.
And order. We'll have order. I think what the member has experienced with that exchange is that if there are two parts to a question, the Minister is at liberty to answer one of them. If members want to get absolutely precise answers, first it needs to be very closely related to the primary question and then a very short question. Jacinda Ardern, point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallett.
That would have been fine if the Honourable Judith Collins had given the answer to one of the parts of questions which she gave in replying to the point of order. She didn't do that when she was answering the question.
Order is the member doing anything other than disputing my ruling. I mean, I don't think that's particularly helpful. I think the Minister's answer was reasonable to the question. Jacinda Ardern, further supplementary.
Supplementary to the Minister. What percentage of the total young unemployed has the government's Youth Opportunities Package assisted?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
It's about 12,500 people, and of those who are unemployed, if you consider those who are in the Household Labour Force Survey, that's significantly different from those on the unemployment benefit, because as that member should know, the Household Labour Force Survey actually asks anybody and counts anyone as unemployed who says that they're available for 1 hour's work a week. That's hardly in most people's, calculations consider that to be wanting a job.
Question number 12, Gareth.